This is New York City's Chinatown, where the fantastic and the practical attract tourists and locals, all looking for a piece of China on every corner. But hidden from public view on these busy streets is a secret that has captured the attention of the U.S. government. That secret first came to light this past fall, when the European human rights organization Safeguard Defenders revealed the locations of more than 100 suspected Chinese police service stations around the world, including New York. The group says Chinese law enforcement quietly set up these outposts to track, harass, and repatriate Chinese citizens. Here in the U.S., the FBI has set its sights on Manhattan's Chinatown and a single building that's home to a Chinese outfit known as the America Shangla Association, which promotes itself as a place that helps Chinese nationals in New York. But something more nefarious is at play there, says attorney Mike Gao.
Shangla Association number one job is get personal information and give the Chinese government.
Gao once worked in China's public security ministry, conducting criminal investigations. But after participating in protests against the Chinese government in Tiananmen Square in 1989, he fled to the U.S. Now he represents Chinese citizens in New York who say they've been persecuted by their government, and that the Shangla Association has become, in effect, a long arm of China.
They even say we have camera everywhere, we take a video everywhere, and we can send this stuff back to China.
It's not only Shangla. Gao says China, half a world away, has run operations that have targeted his clients because of their wealth or history of descent. Are they going after men and women, young and old?
They don't care whether or not you're a man or a woman, a young man or older man. They don't care.
This client, Mao Huayan, knows what it's like to be threatened on U.S. soil. He showed us a photo that he says police in China texted him 2 years ago after he refused to return. It's a picture of my daughter, caged, he says. He was so frightened of what authorities might do next, he stopped communicating with his family in China.
China has the strategic intent to influence worldwide.
None of these tactics surprised John Darby, the National Security Agency's former director of operations. How good is China at tracking some of their own down?
I think it's fair to say China would be very good at tracking down individuals they're interested in. The Chinese population dwarfs the United States, and their intelligence, the size of their intelligence services dwarf that of the United States. So just in terms of pure volume of activity, it's more.
He says in a case like Yen's, the Chinese government likely put him on a target list to monitor his WeChat communications in near real time. We wanted to know if Shangla associates were involved in the same kind of intimidation campaign, so we headed to the outpost. To New Yorkers passing by, there's no indication something may be happening here above a ramen shop. It's surrounded by stores, restaurants, hotels, the everyday bustle of New York. Hello?
Wait.
I'm a reporter.
Come inside.
Okay, thank you. Hello, how are you?
English, sorry, no English.
Can we come in?
You call my boss.
We asked for his boss's business card. The name on the card, Jimmy Liu, a campaign donor to lawmakers. We called, texted, and emailed Liu.
Please leave your message.
Who did not respond. But we did find this video from this past September. And in it, Liu announces that his association was entrusted with setting up a police department inside the Shangla Association. We also found this image of Shangla associates inside the office with a banner announcing an overseas police service station posted in Chinese media this past spring. But during our visit, the banner was gone. In a statement to Scripps News, the spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Washington denied the existence of police stations, saying they help with driver's license renewals. The venues are provided by local overseas Chinese communities. They're not police personnel from China. There's no need to make people nervous about this. But a former U.S. national security official familiar with China's tactics told us FBI agents have warned state and local police that plainclothed Chinese police may try to approach them for information about Chinese nationals.
FBI has like a long list for those people who support or work on behalf of Chinese government, even only in Flushing area.
How many people?
300.
300. And they're here still in the U.S.?
Yeah, correct.
300 operatives in one New York City borough alone. It's a number Scripps News could not independently verify. But China experts we talked to for this story say New York is likely a pilot project for the rest of America. Where else in the country do you see this happening?
Everywhere. Los Angeles and Chicago, Miami, everywhere, Boston, even D.C.
Now, a man named Jingji Chen, who is a researcher from Safeguard Defenders, he responded when I told him that Chinese officials said that these outposts were meant to provide services like driver's license renewals. And he called it an absurd excuse because Chinese consulates in the U.S. are supposed to be doing that work. And according to records that I obtained, the Shangla Association, it was able to buy that office space through a loan with the Queens, New York branch of the Bank of China, which is majority state-owned. So more connections there, Chance.
Wow, Sasha. Yeah, this could be a pilot project for many other projects. You kind of go back to, remember when Russia, they found that little group that was operating here? That was a big story. If this was in major American cities, huge. Could you talk a little bit more about the bigger concern that these operations are happening in the U.S.?
Well, the reason we should all be concerned is because essentially this is a foreign government conducting operations secretly, silently on people who are living on U.S. soil. It's something that FBI Director Chris Wray testified about last fall. And a former senior official tells me FBI officials are very concerned about this, that they've been doing what's called knock and talks, where they try to pressure these operatives to shut down their own operations. Experts that I talked to for this story saying that there are no limits to how far China will go to track down their own citizens, and that this appears to be something that falls under the efforts of Chinese President Xi Jinping in his anti-corruption campaign, targeting dissidents, whistleblowers, fugitives, and business people to try to bring them back to China wherever they are in the world. And experts also said that they believe this might be a test to see how the U.S. responds. Meanwhile, that lawyer, Mike Gao, he said that he believes that China dreams of using these same tactics someday on Americans. Chance.
That's chilling. Sasha Ingber, eye-opening report there. Thank you very much.